Welcome to financial protection topic. I must mention that I've been prompted to come to YouTube live because we don't have access to use the big blue button on our e-learning portal platform, and this is why we are here. And I believe that you'll find this all right with you, but there are no interactions live. But what you can say, what you can do is to send me WhatsApp messages or even text messages on my phone. Then I can take your answers because this is live. Okay. So today we are discussing financial protection. Unfortunately, I'm still learning how to use this, so I don't know how to throw the notes or the slides on the screen. But in any case, we will proceed, and with time we will learn how to do this. Okay, so we are discussing financial protection. Now, financial protection, you may not know, but it's a continuation of what we discussed as the framework for universal health coverage. Financial protection refers to funding health services in a way that protects individuals and households from financial ruin. Okay, I'm going to say that slowly. It refers to a way of funding health services in a way that protects individuals and households from financial ruin or adverse effects on their economic livelihood as a consequence of paying for healthcare. So what this means is that you want to ensure that healthcare is financed in such a way that you and me, your household, when we go and pay or when we go and access healthcare, we are not left poorer than we were before we went to access that healthcare. All right? And in most cases, these adverse effects, the consequences of these adverse effects are typically, but not necessarily, as a result of out-of-pocket spending. Out-of-pocket spending. Now, out-of-pocket spending is you getting money out of your pocket, pay for medical consultants, pay for labs, pay for pharmaceuticals, and go home, or pocket spending. In most cases, you have no financial protection to the goal of financial protection, but is conceptually distinct. It's conceptually distinct. Equity in finance, by the way, refers to the distribution of the burden of financing the health system across different socio-economic groups. Now, to be considered equitable, the burden of financing, healthcare financing, should be distributed according to individuals' ability to pay. If somebody makes 100,000 kwacha a month and they only spend 15,000 kwacha to take care of their households, and they can save the rest of 85,000 kwacha, you can't compare that person with somebody who makes 500 kwacha a month, and you give them the same opportunities to access the healthcare, requiring everyone to pay, let's say, 5,000. Because the person who gets paid 500 kwacha will be in financial ruin, while the person who gets 100,000 will be more favored. Okay, and I guess that's what it means when we talk about financial protection. We are really talking about when you access healthcare, you should not be left in a more miserable manner than you were. Okay. So what we are saying is financial protection. The goals of financial protection must help us achieve goals and objectives of universal health coverage that the healthcare system can influence. For instance, there's a diagram on one of the slides. You're going to see it. It's entitled "Goals and Objectives of Healthcare that the Health Financing System can Influence." On the first column, you have health financing arrangements. Or in the middle column, you have universal health coverage immediate objectives. And the last column, you have universal health coverage goals. Now, the first column, which is yellow in color, you have health financing arrangements. In there, you've got revenue raising, pulling of resources from insurance, for instance, purchasing, and also the benefits. And then you go to the intermediate objectives. There, you're talking about equity in resource distribution so that you don't leave certain people in more financial ruin, efficiency, as well as transparency and accountability. And then, as well as transparency and accountability. And then you have utilization need, quality, and universal financial protection. So what this figure is talking about is that have plausible links to these goals. For example, efficiency improvements can promote financial protection and equitable utilization of health services, because you will not